Europe is facing a deepening energy crunch and more sub-zero temperatures. Meanwhile, Moscow and Kiev are showing little signs of any swift resolution to a pricing dispute that has slashed Russian gas supplies to the West. The European Union and the United States are urging Russia and Ukraine to take the issue to the negotiating table. Gui Xiaozeng has more.
The gas dispute between Russia and Ukraine worsened on Tuesday. Russian energy giant Gazprom cut natural gas supplies to countries in Europe. They receive about a fifth of their gas needs via pipelines through Ukraine. Bulgaria, Macedonia, Greece and Croatia said flows of Russian gas via Ukraine have come to a halt, creating a crisis situation in the middle of the winter. Austria said deliveries were down 90% and Romania said deliveries were reduced by 75%. Gazprom says Ukraine has also blocked 3 key pipelines to Europe, forcing them to try alternative delivery routes to avoid a crisis. Russia accused the former Soviet Republic of stealing about 15% of the gas it ships across Ukraine to European states. But Ukraine blamed Moscow for the supply disruptions after the countries failed to reach agreement over debt and gas prices. The international community is also calling for an urgent solution to the problem.
We're not taking sides, but merely have the appeal to both sides to sit down together and to solve the problem. We know that the Russians and the Ukrainians have known each other for a long time, and they know each other very well. So far, they always succeeded in finding ways together, and we certainly hope that this will be the case now.
So far, Eastern and Central Europe have borne the brunt of the row. Some countries are cutting or suspending supplies to industrial users, forcing some of them to halt production. The head of Ukraine's state energy firm says he will fly to Moscow on Thursday for talks. And the EU is considering the extreme option of hosting a 3-way EU-Russia-Ukraine summit. Gui Xiaozeng, CCTV.
As the natural gas crisis looms over Europe, the contract dispute between Russia and Ukraine led to the shutting off of Russian gas supplies to 6 countries, and also the reducing of gas deliveries to several others. Bulgaria, Greece and Macedonia, Romania, Croatia and Turkey have all reported a halt in gas shipments. The European Union is demanding a quick end to the energy dispute. Li Xiang has more.
The energy dispute between Moscow and Kiev sharply escalated on Tuesday when 6 countries on the other end of the pipeline network running from Russia through Ukraine reported a complete shutoff. At least 2 Bulgarian cities in the east of the country were totally without gas. Bulgaria says it has enough gas only for a few days. Nations like Turkey are turning to Iran to bolster their supplies. Other countries, including Austria and the Czech Republic, have also reported significant supply drops. Moscow and Kiev, meanwhile, blamed each other. Ukrainian gas company Naftogaz said Russian gas giant Gazprom has sharply reduced shipments to Europe through pipelines crossing Ukraine, triggering the cuts. Gazprom, in turn, has accused Ukraine of shutting 3 of 4 transit pipelines. The Union strongly criticized the 2 nations, saying the sudden cut-off to some of its member countries was completely unacceptable.
Without prior warning and in clear contradiction with the reassurances given by the highest Russian and Ukrainian authorities to the European Union, gas supplies to some EU member states have been substantially cut. This situation is completely unacceptable.
The EU response was a sharp turnaround from just 1 day before, when it tried to downplay any problems. Russia cut off gas supplies to Ukraine on January 1st, after the 2 sides failed to reach a new agreement on pricing for 2009 and debt repayments. Around 80% of Russia's gas exports to Europe pass through Ukraine. Li Xiang, CCTV.
In the United